Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, beautiful souls. I am Alicia, Bharani Matahari, the Heart Whisperer. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Drop-ins and newcomers, it is so wonderful to have you here too. It is truly an honor and a privilege to read for you today, so thank you for spending some time here with me. Today, we are doing a pick a card reading. Today's question, what we're asking, is all about the relationship with your future spouse or the future relationship with your spouse if you're with that person already. So these readings are timeless. Trust your intuition and select whichever pile or piles resonate with you. So we have 3 piles today. Pile number 1, this beautiful belief card, card number 11. Pile number 2, we have the Divine Feminine card, card number 21. And pile number 3, we have the Merkaba card, card number 32. Timestamps will be in the description box and in the comments for those of you dialing in from your phone. So I will see you at your reading. Bye. Welcome to your reading, pile number 1. You chose the card of belief, card number 11. And we are looking today at the relationship between you and your spouse, you and your life partner. Whether or not you're already in that relationship, take it how it resonates for your specific situation. I'm going to put your pile number 1 up here. And, well, let's put it here so you can see it. And look at your oracle cards, and then we'll pull some tarot. So the frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts, talents, and a strong connection to source. So that is the energy between you. And that is a very strong theme in your relationship. I picked a couple of cards for you and a couple of cards for your partner. Wow. For you, you've got Helios, the sun. And for you, you have got Whale Spirit, Trust the Great Mystery, card number 65, which I'm also noticing is 11. So we've got 1111 here, which is very auspicious to open up your reading. For your person, Judgment Athena, amazing. And they have got Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Beautiful pile number 1. So this is you on this side and this is your person on this side. At least that's how I'm reading it. But of course the energies can be flipped, so take it how it resonates. So what I'm getting immediately, pile number 1, for you, the sun and Whale Spirit. So the sun, I feel like your spouse really gives you the ability to show your sun energy, to stand out in your sun energy, to express who you truly are. The sun rules over the theater, the inner child, over your essence. It also rules over the heart, Leo, play, love, philosophy. So I feel like there's an element of this person, the relationship between you, really giving you the confidence to bring that out into the light of day with the sun, Helios. You're incredibly radiant and you're incredibly strong. But I feel like in the past, you may have not been around supportive relationships, or when you were in your sun energy, that was not really celebrated. It might have even been attacked if you come from a family system where you were expected to be the sun for the rest of the family and you were expected to feed them. And that has a downstream effect of very often you can get into narcissistic, empath style relationships. And you have very powerful energy. So that might have attracted people who wanted to knock you down. That might have had the impact of attracting people who wanted to be around you and who wanted to mimic you and potentially not steal your sun energy, but maybe wear it as their own and overshadow you. And that can very often be done by when you're in a vulnerable position, or when you're the weaker one in the relationship. Let's say you are in a work situation and the boss capitalizes on your ideas and stamps their name on it, that kind of thing. Or somebody running off with or putting their name on your creative ideas and not giving you the kudos, the copyright, the acknowledgement for that kind of energy. So I feel like this person sees you very deeply and they really appreciate your sun energy, and they feel warm when the brighter you shine, the warmer they feel in the connection, because it brings something out of them. I kind of feel like the way it's coming across to me, pile number one, is that your shadow is very similar to their outer energy, and their outer energy is very similar to your shadow. And shadow doesn't mean bad, and it also doesn't mean always things that we are ashamed of, but sometimes it's things that we shove down because it made us a target or it made us vulnerable, and we built up a trauma around it in the past, either through past lifetimes or even as children, for example. So I love that for you. I'm getting Neptune energy from whale spirit and trust the great mystery. Whales are record keepers of planet Earth. So I feel like there's definitely a past life connection between the two of you. And I feel like you're helping to awaken that in this person. They might be a lot more practical and a lot more of the air energy, but you're bringing this Neptunian and philosophical strength to the connection. And I don't mean that, like, I think both of you have what you see in each other. It's just that when you come together, there's a relaxedness and a safety in allowing that to shine. You're comfortable to be vulnerable with each other, to show those parts of yourselves in this relationship with this person, and then take it out into the light of day. Really, really beautiful. And then with your person, I feel like they are, well, Athena is Pallas Athena, and she's represented with judgment. And judgment can be a reckoning, an awakening, a revelation. She's known for having been born fully armored. So I feel like you help to de-armor this person. Like maybe they've had to be in their strategic energy. Maybe they've had to be, maybe they've built up in the material world quite a bit, and they've had to be in their general type persona, or have lead with those parts of their personality in order to be able to create and survive and thrive in the world. But I feel like you coming together with them allows them to open up to great mysteries and depth and the esoteric in a way that's new, in a way that's I want to say fun for them. Like, I feel like you guys slip into this, I'm seeing two little children playing together. When you see, like, maybe if, let's say you knew each other as little kids and then you got together as grown-ups. I've got that kind of imagery, but this could be like past life connections. You could have known each other even if you've just met this lifetime. Your inner children feel very safe together, and you have a playful kind of connection. You've good sense of humor, you've good conversation, and you just enjoy being in each other's company. And it feels really home to both of you. Now, Athena also, she is very wise, and her symbol is the owl in the background, which is known as the eagle of the night. This person may have had to fly blind, and you're bringing a lot of illumination into the connection, maybe on their shadow, maybe on the parts of themselves that they haven't had the bandwidth or the space to be able to kind of explore and get into in the past. And then with wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. So you're kind of taking that worldly knowledge that they have. Well, you're not taking it, but your energy mixed with that worldly knowledge that they have really helps them to go into this great mystery. And it's an elevation. You both have both of these sides in you anyway, but coming together, I'm just seeing like a radiance, an elevation, in an illumination in both of your shadow sides, but also an expansion in your non-shadow side, in the side that's already illuminated. And I'm hearing binary star system. So when you guys come together, it's like your two suns revolving around each other. And Athena also, it's card number 20. We've got card 19 and then card 20. So there's a natural pairing of you two together. And it doesn't mean that one of you is ahead of the other. Not at all. It just means that you're very closely situated in the soul journey. And this lifetime, it makes sense for you to come together and to be very closely aligned in, where you are in your soul's journey and your frequency. So it probably feels it feels natural. It feels right. It feels safe. It feels relaxed. It feels right. I'm hearing Goldilocks, just right. So you have that Goldilocks feeling to your relationship. And that's another nod to fairy tales and mysteries. And I do believe in magic and your inner children. So I feel like it just opens up a whole new world for both of you. But Athena also had the ability to be, vengeful. It was her that gave Medusa the snakes on her head instead of hair, and who was pretty awful, like it sealed her fate into not such a great place. So this person might have a past. Also, Pallas Athena, she got the name because there was her powers. She took out her friend Apollos and she unalived him, and she wanted to take accountability for that. So there could be an element of, maybe they had a past that you wouldn't judge them for now because they have shown up and taken accountability. They've turned everything that they've known into wisdom. And now they're a great protector, and they make you feel very safe and very, very protective. They believe in you and you believe in them. You teach them about unconditional love because they might have had a real difficulty in going to that shame place to talk about some of their past, let's say, past shames, I want to say. And it doesn't have to be anything as drastic as obviously what Athena went through. But, the shame is, and in the shadow, the things that we really don't want to look at and don't want to touch, both the good and when I say the good, I mean the stuff that maybe we got shamed for, that we really did want to bring out, but it felt unsafe. And maybe some things where we made poor judgment decisions and we ourselves experience shame from self because we would never show up like that, knowing what we know now, if that makes sense. First of all, you have the Two of Swords. You have the Page of Wands. Very passionate connection. You have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Fool. Oh. You have Temperance. Two of Pentacles. Two twos. And you have the Chariot. It's interesting. This is the first tarot deck that I've ever purchased, but I've never used it in a reading before, and I felt really called to use it. So in the past, you might have felt that relationships were just, I don't want to say not worth it, but like until you met the right person, and I feel this for both of you, that until you met the right person, it was just like you maybe had given up on relationships because maybe you were like, I've been down that road and it leads to like indecision and confusion, and if somebody's not on the same page, like there's no point, and I don't want to be in it, not for a marriage, not for a commitment, not for a life partnership. And there's a lot of people who marry for all different sorts of reasons, and for you both, I'm hearing Bharani energy. That's that death defying love. If it's not, and I don't mean an intense kind of drama type love, I mean where you can, like we talked about in the beginning, where you can be vulnerable enough to share your shadow sides with each other. Like I'm seeing that people do the trust fall now. Like for you guys both, it needed to be somebody that, and it might start out, it's giving me the idea that like maybe both of you have been burnt in love, and people say, well, who hasn't? Well, not everybody has, actually. Some people are quite lucky in love and have been burned in other areas of their life, and some people have been really burnt in love. And I'm thinking about Hedy Lamarr, the actress from back in the day, like stunning beauty, and she was very unlucky in love. And I remember seeing a documentary on her called Bombshell. She was stunningly beautiful, but that's all she was taken as in Hollywood. But she used to act during the day, and at night she would spend time like making inventions. And she loved science, and she really helped out the military during the world wars with some of her inventions, like super smart. She lived as a recluse in New York, but at the very end she was like, you know, love wasn't great for me, I'm paraphrasing, but motherhood, I did that very well. And I feel like for you guys, this will be on your, at the end of your days, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this was so amazing. This was so great. It's just that really heart to heart energy, that vulnerability, the kind of love that everyone would say who is healthy and who is looking for that would say, let this kind of love find me. Yes, please, 100%. But there are people who this kind of love is scary for them, and they don't want to borrow of it because they're coming from a wound space and they don't want to work on their wounds. And that's just where they are in their journey. But you two are at the stage where you do want to have that connection. You'd rather go it alone. You'd rather do hermit. You'd rather just not deal with the whole relationship thing if it's not going to be that depth of connection, is what I'm getting. And the Fool is reiterating that for me, because it's like it's a new iteration. It's different for both of you. It's a new type of relationship for you, which suggests to me, again, reiterating that you've both been burned in relationships in the past. And then you have the Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. There's something very fresh and youthful in your connection. Very passionate inside and outside the boudoir. But both of you bring this kind of youthful energy to it. You know, that beginner's mind. Like even if you're 70 years old when the two of you meet, you still have that, you know, youthful energy like that. I don't want to say puppy love. I want to say innocent love. And innocent as in pure love. You know, just the butterflies of looking in each other's eyes, holding each other's hands, like making out, that kind of thing. But also just the conversations that you have, and just having breakfast together and going to the library or whatever it is that you do, walks on the beach, or like maybe you go to raves and, you know, maybe you scale mountains. I don't know. But whatever you do, there's a real youthfulness both of you come so alive in this relationship. And the Three of Pentacles, like, you guys really work well together. It's a collaboration. And it's reminding me of Tantra as well, because there's not just you and your person, there's three. There's that relationship. That's the third. That's the energy between the two of you. And it's really beautiful. And when you think about it, Tantra, that relationship, that energy, the third is that spiritual energy that, you have been led to each other by your higher selves, by your hearts, by spirit, by your guides. Belief underpinning this reading. Very, very, it's really giving a divine connection. And I know we're all divine, but you're just at that stage of the journey, for goodness sake, the Sun and Judgment, where that's really grounded into relationships in the 3D. Then you have the Fool, again, signifying this new stage of relationship. It's like a clean slate, a new phase, pure energy, and something that, traveling light. And I'm getting traveling light as in traveling on light and being two light bodies. And I'm now seeing that movie from back in the day with Cocoon, where it's like set in a retirement community, and there's these basically aliens come down, but all the old people that go swimming in the pool, they end up feeling really rejuvenated from the energy that they get from swimming with the cocoons. Crazy. I haven't seen that since I was a wee scrap of a kid. Then you've got Temperance. You temper each other out. You've tempered yourselves out, but it's no drama. It's alchemy. When things come up, you process them together, or you each take your own process, and then you will come back. And I feel like I don't want to say nothing is left unsaid, but you trust each other. And when one person is going through something, or the other person is going through something, like, it's something that you want to share with each other, irrespective of how you do your processing. I feel like over time, you will more and more interact in the processing, but also you'll be independent in your processing. You'll have both, if that makes sense. Really, really beautiful. And then Two of Pentacles. I mean, this is just so romantic, this card, to me, but it's signifying like balance and harmony. And the Three and the Two of Pentacles is really signifying, again, that being able to ground this energy into this relationship and have it manifest into like a real committed relationship. Really, really beautiful. And then the Chariot, I feel like once you two decide that you are open to each other, you may take your time for the relationship to progress to, let's say it starts as a friendship base. You may observe each other in your respective habitats, for want of a better word. Like, I don't see it being something that I'm hearing that there's no rush, if that makes sense. Like, the courtship might take longer than a whirlwind romance. Like, you might start off as friends and then fall in love. But once you guys decide to commit, I feel like it's going to just really progress for both of you. And I'm talking on a spiritual, on a soul, and on a deep level. We have Cancer here, which is moon energy. We'll reflect back to each other. We will meander through Cancer energy side to side. It's home energy as well. We'll go far together. We'll go fast together. We'll go deep together, on the land, in the sea, under the sea. It's just delicious and yummy energy. I absolutely love this for you, pile number one. It is amazing. May this love find me too. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, pile number one. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Drop me a rose or a heart in the comments and let me know if the reading resonated with you. and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading. And I hope to see you at another reading at another time. Take care, pile number 1. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. We are looking at the energy today between you and your spouse and energy in the future. So where is this relationship going if you're already in the relationship? And if you haven't met your person yet, what is that relationship going to look like? So the Divine Feminine is the card that you picked. And I'm noticing a lot of pink and turquoise. It's really giving higher heart energy. And it's talking about the frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. And as you know, if you're on this channel or on a tarot channel, we have both masculine and feminine energy in us, irrespective of how we identify or what body shape we show up in this incarnation. And I feel like the energy between you, which this card represents, or one of the themes of your relationship, is really to elevate that divine feminine, that receptive, that creative, that being, that indirect, meandering, healing, nurturing energy, and to really elevate it and give it credence and empower that energy in the world, in your relationship. Reflect that back to others as being a real strength and being a whole person by honoring both that and the masculine. One of the main energies between you that I'm seeing. So I picked 2 cards for you and 2 cards for your person. So for you, we've got the Hierophant, Dionysus, who I believe was one of the Olympians. And you've also got the Peacock card, Let It Shine. Beautiful. For your person, Poseidon, the Tower, and they have Spider Spirit. Make your dreams real. I feel like you both may have come from lineages that did not elevate this energy, this divine feminine energy, that what was prized or praised or valued more was those energies of, let's say, competition, maybe subjects in school and in university along the lines of like the STEM subjects, math, engineering, technology. Logic was prized over emotions, and the feminine receptive energy, the creativity, the emotionality, the intuition, the depth, and social skills might have been less prized and less valued, and they might have been thought of as more frivolous and not as important. It's reminding me of undercurrents. Irrespective of how the family presents, I don't think necessarily, and I mean, this could have presented in one or both of your families, but I'm getting less that it was like outwardly misogynistic, that men did the manly things and women did the womanly things. It's that energy was like, well, that's fine for a hobby, but it's not how you would have in a career. That it wasn't taken seriously is the way I want to put it. That masculine energy was kind of elevated above. But if you think of yin and yang, it's a balance. And we need both, whether we're male, female, or somewhere in between. And I feel like you coming together really underpins the undercurrents of how valuable it is to elevate that energy and to respect it and to feed it and nurture it, because without it, you're out of balance. And if you're out of balance, you're not healthy. You're unhealthy. You're not firing on all cylinders, as they say sometimes. So with Dionysus, I'm hearing messy, beautiful, up close. So I feel like you might be someone who is unconventional. I'm hearing order in chaos. And the Peacock card is reminding me of Kuan Yin, incredibly compassionate, eyes, 1,000 eyes. So you might be someone who's quite nurturing. You might have that meandering, creative approach. Others may not understand your order, but when you bring it to fruition, they may or they may not give it value to your face, but they see the value in it, which is interesting. I feel like there was something about your unconventionality that was not accepted. Like, why can't you be like, let's say, a sibling? Why can't you do this? Why do you have to, you can go your own way? That Fleetwood Mac song is coming into my head. I feel like you have a commitment to the truth, and you know the truth of who you are. And I feel like your person will really be able to recognize that in you. But your person is able to zoom out and see that the way you do things, that people are just focusing on a little sliver of what you're doing and taking issue with it. You're kind of building for the long term. You're building a system. You're not doing one direct little task. And that's why I think you get misunderstood a lot. But I also feel like it's part of your mission to help dissolve some of those structures that don't work. So sometimes the Hierophant card can be about legal structures and tradition, but I feel like you're here to dissolve the ones that are bad. Dissolve the ones that kind of maybe started for a good purpose. I'm seeing training wheels on a bicycle now, on a child's bike. And whereas they might have started off for purpose, eventually the training wheels have to come off. And you don't need that structure, because you now have that structure over lifetimes inbuilt in yourself, in your frequency, in your DNA, in your mental body, in your auric field, in your emotional body. And I feel like that may have been really, let it shine. That's kind of reminding me that maybe when you were in your sun or energy, you might have been attacked, or you might have been envied, or people might have thought, not being able to see past the surface and just thought you were kind of peacocking around. And I feel like people tried to bully you into conforming, but you knew what you were working on. And you were marching to the beat of your own drum because you were in harmony with the truth. And I feel like your person, the Tower person, really sees that in you. And I'm getting Kali energy for the both of you, actually. When you come together, so we talked about you dissolving structures that don't work. What better pairing is that to do with the Tower? So maybe your person is very powerful, and the Tower can be Mars energy and Pluto energy. It can be associated with Scorpio, and that's the power to transform. And what can be more transformative? I'm hearing tsunami, change, but change, not lip service, but change in service of the divine. So I feel like you have a mission to kind of dissolve. Water dissolves, but also with the tsunami and the Tower, that's good destruction. So the two of you coming together really have an ability to come in and cleanse where needs to be cleansed and rebuild something. Make your dreams real. Like, you're kind of almost polar opposites. I feel like you have been around a lot of people who were a polar opposite. Like, you do things your own way and people wanted you to change. But I feel like your person, they might be a walking tower moment. They might just see things in a certain way. They might just innately trigger people because they have a mission to take down what doesn't work. And you do too, but you do in a truth way, and they do in a more Mars Plutonic way. Again, we're back to that idea of undercurrents. So it might not look on the surface like you pair very well together, but you actually do pair very, very well together. There's a purity. Look at the pure heart here. And then with Poseidon, there would be, I'm getting that your person has a lot of like emotional depth. And it might have been, they might have been told that they were too much a lot, but you have an appreciation for change, and you have an appreciation for the power of the ocean. Poseidon was a titan. Like, it takes a certain person to be able to handle that power. And I think you can. And I feel like they may have been around people who couldn't handle it and who shamed them for it. And maybe they, again, scorpionic, maybe they felt a little bit of shame around not being, I'm seeing, oh my gosh, I'm seeing like this, you know, this big animal, like an elephant, trying to tiptoe around other tiny, small animals and just not being in the right environment, energetically speaking. And I feel like you can handle this energy, and actually you need that space, and you need that depth, and you need that power also to be able to give you the space of the ocean, to be able to give you the depth and the space to be able to just sail the ocean blue with your ideas, and you'll get there in your own time. There's no rush. There's absolutely no rush. Let's pull some tarot for you. Really gorgeous. I'm getting the song Too Much by the Spice Girls. Too much of something is bad enough, but something's coming over me to make me wonder. Too much of nothing is just as tough. I need to know the way to feel to keep me satisfied. So I feel like your person, they're powerful, but also sensitive. And that can be really difficult. If you're not around people who can meet you, it can be very difficult. Hierophant twice. Okay, so you have got the Four of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant again. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, Death card, Ace of Cups. You've got 3 aces, wow. And you have got the Nine of Wands. Really interesting. So I'm noticing the 3 and the Divine Feminine card, and then you've got 111. So 111 might be a number that you see quite frequently. You've got double Hierophant here. So this connection is absolutely ordained. Your higher selves have absolutely brought you two together. You have got the Ace of Wands, very passionate. You have got the Ace of Pentacles. You're building something beautiful and something in this world. This relationship is starting off, and it is going to take shape in this lifetime in a beautiful way. It's like aces are this burst of raw energy, but you have double Hierophant, and that's a very wise card. So being together, this is incorporating the wisdom into this relationship. So amazing. You're starting something new. And then you have the Ace of Cups, which is Spirit's energy, that beautiful depth and emotion and intuition. I feel like you're starting in a really, really innocent. Innocent is in pure, like a clean slate place. You have the Four of Cups here. There's something kind of romantic about this, where whispers stolen at the gate. It might start off a little bit, tentative. This little bird up here is giving me kind of a tentative energy. But there is an underlying passion, and it's a very spiritual connection. And you'll share that, and it will stand the test of time with the Hierophant. for sure. Which it should do because it's your spouse. Then you've got death energy in amongst the ace cards, which is signifying the end of this misconception about feminine energy, and a really embracing of that feminine energy between you. And then you have the 9 of Wands, which is notoriously the wounded warrior. But what does the wounded warrior become? The wounded healer. Very healing relationship for both of you, for both of your ancestral lines. 7 of Wands. I feel like you both have come from relationships. And I don't mean just romantic relationships, but just generally where you may have not have had, again, a soft place to land. And you really, both of you, being so strong and being so powerful in your energy, you may have always been the strong place for somebody else to land. And that energy was not given, again, it was not given its proper weight in the connection. And you may have brought that very strongly in order to teach others about that. And when you leave connections, they start to understand the power of what you brought, even though in the connection, they may have underestimated and they may have even attacked you for it. They may have even dismissed you because of it. But you were only ever supposed to show them the value of divine feminine energy and lead by example. You're not required to stay. If someone isn't learning, you're not required to teach anybody anything, no matter what you signed up for. You're here to learn your lessons. And I feel like it might have been a very long road for both of you to find each other, but you have. And I'm getting that really strongly from the Tower, the Death card, and then all these aces. And then it's blessed with this double commitment card as well. And then you're starting to you're starting to create a new web of dreams. Really, really gorgeous. That's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. With this relationship, I feel like between the two of you, you're incredibly powerful, and you are bringing in to awareness, your communities, the power of the divine feminine, Mother Nature, White Buffalo Woman. We already mentioned Kali. Like, you're reminding people of the powerhouse of the female, but not in an aggressive way, because when you think about it, I mentioned Kuan Yin. The peacock always reminds me of Kuan Yin. It's one of her symbols. But Kuan Yin, she was Bodhisattva. She was also Avalokiteshvara. She was the Bodhisattva who was entitled and had earned her stripes to ascend, but she made the commitment that she wanted to stay here and wait until everyone had reached enlightenment, and then she would also ascend. So that is no joke, that kind of strength, but it doesn't look as like aggression. It's a different kind of strength. And I think you're here to really show people about a different kind of strength, even though I feel like you both had to really stand up in the world and fight your corners. And now you get to be each other's soft place to land. Really gorgeous. I'm very happy for you, pile number 2. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading and drop a heart and maybe a ring in the comments if this reading resonated with you. Bye, pile number 2. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. We are looking at the relationship with your future spouse or your spouse in the future or life partner. Take it however that applies in your situation. And you chose this beautiful Merkaba card. Stunning. I'm noticing straight away all this beautiful heart energy, the turquoise for higher heart, the pink. Delightful. Let's put your 3 over here. So that's representing the energy between you, or kind of one of the main themes, a strong connection between you two. And then I picked 2 cards for you and 2 cards for your person. And of course, the energies can be flipped, so take it how it resonates. For you, we've got Temperance, represented by the goddess Artemis. Absolutely beautiful. And then you've got Cat Spirit, claim your independence. Card number 13. You have for your person the Chariot, Apollo. Wow. And Artemis and Apollo coming out together. That is incredible. They were twins. And you've got another cat. So we've got that twin energy being duplicated again. I'm thinking in terms of twin flame, if that's something that resonates with you, like a very soulful connection. I would imagine if you guys haven't met yet, that you are very much having discussions in the Akashics, on the astral, in other realms. You're probably doing a whole pile of work together off planet. You know how we do around here. So Artemis, really gorgeous. Artemis, she's a moon goddess, but she's also a skilled hunter. She's a protector of the forest and of animals. And she also gave wormwood to Chiron, and then he named it after her. She punishes those who transgress, who do harm against the forest or the animals. So there's that element of protection and healing with Artemis. She's friendly with the animals and the forest and with the nymphs, the woodland nymphs. It's mutable fire, and Temperance, of course, gives that balance, that harmony, that tranquility energy. And what I'm hearing is extremes are easy. I feel like you've really learned to bring yourself into harmony and balance. And with Sagittarius, which is associated with Temperance, that's mutable fire. So you have a beautiful transformative fire. And I mean, Temperance is the card of alchemy, so that totally makes sense. And then you have Cat Spirit. So I feel like claim your independence. You might have had to walk some of your journey quite alone. You might have had to temper yourself out, balance yourself out. You may have been, instead of being supported, you may have been the one who was supported. She is the one in relation to Chiron. Chiron was the wounded healer, but then he became the first medicine man, the first shaman, and then he became the wounded warrior to wounded healer journey. But she was the one who gave him the medicine of wormwood. So there's something about you being a protector, you being a supporter, you being independent, maybe not necessarily by choice. And we all have to go through that journey so that we can become self-sufficient and then join with our twin, join with our person, join. If we choose to do that, we can obviously elect to be a hermit for our lives. But I'm feeling like you've walked the hermit path, at least for some time in this life, probably in past lives with the Merkaba card, to be honest, as well. I feel like there's really, Merkaba itself is interesting because Merkaba, it's the Merkaba star, that the two tetrahedrons coming together to make that, I want to say 3-dimensional star, but that's kind of how I'm describing the shape. But obviously it has like 4D and 5D elements. It actually means chariot. It's a reference to the light body, and it gives us access to our Akashic inheritance if we can learn how to work with the Merkaba and work with the light body and work with the quantum elements of our DNA. So we're transcending the 3D here. So it's really a card of transcendence, but I'm also getting transcendence, transport, travel. So I feel like that's something that you guys share very much, which would brings me to Apollo and the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of moving forward, but it's balanced. Here it's horses and it's the black and white. But the charioteer doesn't need to steer because the charioteer has made a decision. And think of when the chariot comes, it comes after the lovers. And actually, as I was shuffling your tarot cards, the lovers popped out twice during your shuffle, which is interesting as well. So this is a very deep connection. And I feel like you guys are coming together in this lifetime. Possibly, I would say, two hermits coming together to create this lover's situation. And again, with that card of movement and travel, who you elect or who you choose to travel with as your life partner makes a huge impact in your life. And of course, our number one partner would be partnering with the universe, partnering with source, partnering with God, partnering with spirit, however you want to call that. And using our light body to really access our Akashic inheritance. And the Chariot moves forward in, I want to say, powerfully. It's one of the fastest moving cards in the tarot pack. But at the same time, the Chariot is associated with Cancer energy, which is the crab. And the crab moves from side to side. So that's really giving divine detours, like surrender to spirit. And that is also, for me, echoed in the Temperance card. And I feel like in our human society, especially in our Western society, we really undervalue lateral movement. Like, it's so much, if you think about trees, for example, when their root systems are so widespread under the ground, and they say that all trees are actually connected under the ground, and we see only just like an iceberg, we see so much less of what the trees are above ground than what's happening underneath the ground. So that's just really giving me beneath the surface, but also this lateral expansion. Think about even the shape of the pyramid, which the Merkaba is made up of two pyramids. If you have a wider base and then it comes up to a point, that's a far more stable and robust. Think about a mountain. A mountain is shaped in that kind of peak also. It's a far stronger and more robust shape than, let's say, a tower. And what happens with the tower? The tower comes down if it's not built on a strong foundation. And the tower is, I'm even seeing the Leaning Tower of Pisa in my head. I'm seeing the Eiffel Tower too. And the shape of the Eiffel Tower is it's wider at the base and then it comes into a point. So in order to have that vertical, robust shape, you must have a strong and good foundation. And I think that both of your foundation is yourselves, the hermit energy, the independence. The other thing is with Bobcat, it's a bit bigger than the domestic cat. And the Bobcat is also associated not only with mystery in this deck, but it also has an element of independence about it. And it's a wild cat. So we have the domestic and the wild coming together. We have sky and we have earth coming together. Really, really beautiful. And of course, we have feminine and masculine energies coming together, which is really, really that beautiful, beautiful dance. So themes of travel, themes of travel, themes of traveling light, being a protector, themes of healing also, because Apollo was also, he rode the chariot around the sun after Helios. Apollo is also a protector of the young, and he's a god of songs and poetry, and he's also a god of healing and oversees plague and disease as well. So there's a shared travel, a shared healing, a shared protectionism that you guys both share. And I feel with you and your, well, whoever is represented by this energy, the circadian rhythm is coming up. So you really express more and are very much in harmony with the earth and being grounded. So you might be an earth sign, or maybe you have, maybe you're someone who has a lot of earth in your chart, because if you didn't, you might just you might just fly away. But what I was going to say about the crab was the crab moves from side to side, and not always is the fastest path and the most direct path, like as the crow flies. There's that element of, surrendering to spirit and allowing spirit, still chopping wood, carry water, taking responsibility for your own decisions, for your own actions, for your own intentions, for your own life, for taking care of yourself, for showing up. And still also, I feel like Artemis is associated with balance and harmony. I feel like you have your person has balance and harmony also. In there's surrender to spirit, and there's walking by faith and not by sight, and also doing your work, if that makes sense. Temperance is about the middle path. It's not about extremes are easy. I think I said that at the beginning of the reading. Like, it's easy to kick off or to just go off in a huff, just not participate. But showing up and dealing with things, it takes a lot of, it can take a lot of energy, but it can be really generative too. So there's both sides of that coin. And the cat spirit is reminding me of that. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but back in the day, there was this storybook called The Cat Who Walked by Herself. And it's a nod to that independence. And it was, the way dogs are kind of loyal to their owners, but the cat is more independent. So I feel like you, again, have that hermit energy, a self-reliance that you have built up over the years. I'm hearing that as above, so below, as within, so without, as with the universe, so with the soul. And that's really being reiterated for me with the chariot. Going around the sun or orbiting the sun, everything orbits something. What do you orbit? We want to orbit God. We want to orbit divine and connect with our person. So we've got sun and we've got moon. And what orbits the sun but the moon? So you've got Mother Earth, which is the Queen of Pentacles. You've got the four of air, which is the Four of Swords, truth. You've got the Hanged Man. You've got the Six of Wands. You've got the Six of Happiness. Oh my gosh. You have got the Five of Wands, conflict. You have the Sun under Apollo, stop. And you have the Page of Pentacles. So the sun is Leo energy, and I'm just seeing the kids here in the Six of Happiness. I feel like your inner children feel really, really safe with each other. And that would make sense because you're both protectors. And I believe Artemis is also a protector of young girls. So you have both learned to protect your own inner child. And then when you come together, your inner child feels that and perceives that in each other. I feel like you might have been through some stuff as well. So Mother of Earth, Queen of Pentacles, that's again another card to healing, but also building something. So taking something and building it from what you've been through. And a card of healing and a card of reflection, again echoing the moon. You've done your healing work. Our healing is never really done, but you've done what you've needed to do to alchemize so much. And I feel you're a very healing energy to each other because you know how to heal yourself and you have done that. And of course, the card of reflection, you've been your own hermit. You've been your own moon goddess. You've relied on yourself. And now you're getting an opportunity. Each of you is getting an opportunity to have a different perspective. What would it be like to be in a relationship where we take care of each other, where we really show up as 100? You know, they say relationships are 100%. And I remember someone telling me that once, and they were like, it's not 50-50, because just take fidelity, for example. If you said, yeah, 50% of the time I practice fidelity, that means 50% of the time you're not. So of course, 100%. That doesn't mean that some days you pick up more of the slack and then other days they pick up more of the slack, but you get the point. And then this is the card of victory. It's like the card of winning. It's the card of, you know, having, I mean, you don't win a race by just sitting on the couch. You have to actually run the race. You have to train. And it's a card of visibility too. So it's like all of the work that you have put in, both of you, all of the work that you have put in, I feel like this relationship is one of the gifts. And even if you're with your person right now, like the work that you do on yourselves, the work that you put out into the world, and I keep calling it work, but I don't know if it's work so much as the effort. Effort might be a better word, because you're not passively just sitting there going, oh, look what's happening to me. The effort that you're bringing to your endeavors, your personal, your decisions, your how you show up and do everything. I remember I had a yoga teacher once who said, you know, how you do the simple things is how you do everything. And I had a friend who was like, I don't believe that. And it kind of is the same as, you know, the end and the means are one. And I do, as I get older, I definitely subscribe to that more and more. And then you've got this Six of Cups card. I mean, look at them. It's just a card of pure joy. Sun in Scorpio energy. Like the sun is out. There's just a beautiful transformation. Your inner children are absolutely thrilled to play and to explore with each other, to be seen. The conflict, any conflict that you face in the world, now that you're together, you'll face it together and you'll be a pair. You don't have to go it alone anymore when you're in this relationship. And with the Daughter of Earth, which is the Page of Pentacles, I feel like it might start off slow. I think this came up in another pile as well. It might start off slow insofar as that maybe you guys will be friends first and you won't jump into it. You will take it nice and slow. And then when you make the decision to become the lovers, when you decide you want to take it into a romantic sphere, the sun is shining, and then you will go with spirit and you will trust and you will know, because your energies will know each other in this incarnation. I feel like you've known each other. You're from the same soul pod, for want of a better word. What I'm really hearing is that your guides want this for you. You both deserve it, whether you're together or not now already or not. Where this is going is just really, really beautiful. And then, of course, the sun is not only a card of, like, we've got the sunflowers of joy and of another card of visibility and of sharing yourself and play and the theater and your inner child and fun and expressing who you are and being seen as who you are at your very essence. It's also another card of healing. So I feel this relationship is going to be so nurturing and so healing to each other. You'll really see each other. You'll really elevate each other. You'll really reflect each other back to each other. And you'll get the proper treatment that you deserve, that you may not get in other relationships. It's a relationship of the heart. And you really get to experience that after all of this independence, after all of this giving to others, after all of this protection that you put out into the world. This relationship is really going to nurture you and give you so much energy. And together, this relationship just is two people that, you know, do you ever see those relationships where just being around a couple who truly appreciates and respects, and you can just, it's glowing off them that they absolutely love each other. It's love, it's depth, it's like so gorgeous. I feel like you will be that. That frequency put out into the world is so powerful. And I feel that that's what this relationship is going to be for you guys. It is fabulous. I love it. I think the world deserves it. You guys absolutely deserve it. I am so excited for you. I'm going to leave it there, pile number 3. I really am truly very, very excited for you. This is so beautiful. You absolutely deserve this kind of love. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I do hope to see you at another reading. Drop an emoji in the comments if this reading resonated, and give me a thumbs up. Bye, pile number 3.